When it comes to duplication, it's the key to our business. And sometimes our personality traits can draw away from duplication. Maybe someone has a great ability to be convincing or speak well, and so they rely on that talent to move their business forward. The problem with that, you have all kinds of people in your organization. There's some people that are very shy, some people that have never been involved in a sales-oriented type thing, and so you've got this cross-section of individuals that can't relate to that persuasive person that relies on that ability to have success in the business. And so it's important that we recognize that the army we're motivating comes from all sorts of walks of life. And so what we've got to do is really go out there, not emulate a skill set. We emulate very simple things, and we just do them over and over and over again. When we talk about getting someone started, it's important to understand that sometimes you look at it and it seems like an obvious thing, but the reality is these things come in succession. We know from experience that if we'll do the first thing and the second thing, third thing, we're safeguarding ourselves from building into our business a place where the business kind of stops or it short circuits. And so as we get people started the right way, the thing is it starts with you. You do it right, you start it right, and then you start the ball rolling in the right way. The thing we need to realize is people always watch you. It's not about, nothing's sacred here. People see you, they watch you, they emulate you. And so getting started the proper way, going through the way that it's supposed to be done, will just start the ball rolling and people will follow that example. Duplication is like raising a family. Okay, we've all been in a family, or we all have a family. Okay, we've had some experience in that vein. And the truth of the matter is, as a parent, you can't expect your children to just go off and just do what they do. Anything you do, they watch you. And so it starts with you. If you have a family, you've got to realize that you set the tone for that family. And so you've got to be the example. The same thing happens in our business. Okay, we've got to be the example for our organization. And if we think that that's not the case, we find at one point during the time of building this business that maybe the business isn't looking like we want it. Maybe the business isn't functioning like we want it. And you tend to maybe want to blame the organization or blame the upline or blame whatever. You need to look in the mirror, because the reality of this is your group will be a reflection of you. See, and so the buck starts and stops with you. It's important to understand that it's about the army, okay? Because the reality of this deal, this isn't about the individual. Okay, if I was very good at selling something and I just relied on that ability and just did that over and over again, I might have some success, but at some point I would grow weary, I would grow tired, and if it's all about me, my business will back up. Okay, we call that a guru-driven business, right? But what works is these simple tasks that just duplicate well, where all walks of life can follow and they can actually do it. And so the truth of the matter is, if you do it right, there comes a point that you can step back and say, hey, maybe I do want to idle down a little bit, but the business continues. And it continues not because of you, but because of the system or the duplication process that's taken roots, taken hold, and it gets traction all on its own. When it comes to duplication with product use, again, and I know I sound redundant, this starts with you. I can tell you right now, before I got here, I've probably used 10, 12, 15 of our products. Okay, just so far today, I'll use more as the day goes on. And the reality is, with that experience, some people think, well, I've got to come in and learn about product. I got to know all the ingredients. I got to be a scientist on all this stuff. People don't care about that. What they care about are the benefits. And the only way you're going to know the benefits is if you've used the products. If you've used the products, you can talk to them about them. I'm not talking about regurgitating information out of a book. I'm talking about coming from the heart. When you talk from the heart about product experience because you've done it, that sells. People are all over it. And that's the duplication when it comes to product usage.